What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be installing a new shifter. First off, a Fastline shifter, and then we're also going to be rebuilding the shift linkage shifter kit minus one part, the main joint, because that's not, I mean, it is rebuildable, but most of the time you can just buy like a new one, like a new linkage, whatever. But this guy in this case does not want that part replaced. He's just doing the rest of the shifter rebuild kit. So if your shifter is loose like your butthole and you got some stuff going on down there, or you're upgrading your shifter or what have you, stay tuned and we're going to figure this out for you. So what we got going on here is the Fastline shifter. Now this one I've never installed before. This is a two-piece shifter, uses Delrin bushings, pretty fancy. You attach it, you got a lock pin here. Kind of tall, but we'll see how this goes because this is an all original car. And these are the stabilizer bushings. So these ones go, this one, the tall one that you can see here, goes up to the trans tunnel, and then this little guy here goes on your transmission itself to help hold the linkage in place. Now this one right here, this is a dust seal. This goes on your shifter when you take it apart. This is the other dust seal that goes around your pivot cup. Now this pivot cup here is the piece that everybody forgets to replace when they're putting new shifters in. They do poly bushings, they do shift linkages, they do whatever it is, and then they still have slop. The reason you still got slop is because you didn't replace this piece. This piece is $10, $11 at the dealership. There's your part number right there. If you can see that, I don't know. Whatever. There's your part number. So this is your piece that you need. This little cup here goes around this cup, the ball, the pivot, whatever this is called, whatever. And then this goes around that as well to, you know, seal the dust out. All you're gonna need is a couple tools. Every exhaust is gonna be different. In this case, I just got a couple 12s, a couple 13s, a couple 15s, whatever. I'm a cheater, so I like to use electric tools. And so you're gonna need some hand tools here and there. But this is all you're gonna need, and then we're just gonna crawl into the car and start from there. Actually, I suppose we can start up top here. So, first off, come in here, take your key out, throw it on the dash because nobody likes to hear that trash, and start by unthreading or unscrewing, taking off, whatever you want to call it, your factory shift knob, whatever shift knob you got in there, don't matter no how. Voila, not rocket science. So for the rest of this, we're going to be under the car. It is a tight fit, so I'm going to try and get the best camera angles I can. May have to switch to the GoPro. We'll see. Let's crawl under here. So to make this a lot easier on myself, and you probably should too, in this car, in this case, the cat unbolts, so I'm going to unbolt it from here and then drop the entire exhaust down. I may not have to unbolt it from there. If I can unbolt it here, just drop the whole thing, take it off the hangers, and then we're gonna have to take this heat shielding off along the top, just a few 10 mils, you can find them, and then we're gonna drop the linkage up there, and then we have to unbolt it from right here. This is the little circular bushing. It's just a 12mm bolt here. You may or may not have to remove this cross member brace. That's up to you. I probably will, just to get more clearance. And then, yeah, once you have all that stuff removed, then we can go ahead and drop the shift linkage. Got it all unbolted, only took a few minutes. It's not that bad, just a little dirty. This thing was really nasty, but it is out. So this is the bushing I was referring to. In the package, we'll be replacing that with this one for the polyurethane ones. This boot gets replaced, and then again the dust cover down here, and the plastic boot that goes in there over the fulcrum point of the shifter. And these bushings, ooh, nasty, broken. Okay, the new shifter comes with like Delrin bushings or something for it. So don't really have to worry about that. But to take this off, an easier way to do it is to have somebody to help you. And you just got this little nut on here. These are like stamped in there, so it's kind of a pain. You might have to use a pair of vice grips or something to hold these, or you can try and notch them with a Dremel or something and just fight with it and get these nuts off. And then just mark the orientation at which this plate comes off. I think it really only goes into one way because it's kind of hard to see, but these are offset. And I don't know, you'll figure it out. It's pretty simple though. Just make sure you remember which way it comes off. So we're just gonna pull that off just like that. Like I said, it only really goes in the one way, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Yeah, this boot's in really good condition. But we're just gonna slide it off down the bottom. Just like that. Okay, maybe it's not brand new because it's actually really crusty on the bottom. But yeah, that's whatever. You get the point. So, new stuff. So for this old boot up here, just go ahead, just cut it off, razor blade or something. Just like that. And we got our new one right here. See, nice pretty new guy. And we're just gonna slide this guy right over. It's good new rubber so it'll stretch. Just like that. So for this one, just kind of stretch the boot around a little bit and just stuff it in there. It's pretty easy. It's just a little sticky. And once it's in there, then just slide it over the shifter. You might have good luck with using a little bit of grease, like white lithium grease or something, if it's a little hard to get over your shifter's fulcrum point, aka the ball. So just be a little careful sliding on. Oof, the powder coat does not like this boot. Oh, she's thick. Yeah, I'm gonna need some grease. I didn't even get to film that, it happened so quick. I just used a little bit of belt conditioner on the inside of the thing and it slid right into place. So belt conditioner won't eat the rubber. Obviously belts are rubber, so don't use, I don't know if WD-40 will, but belt conditioner works for sure. So there's that. Now we're just gonna assemble this all back together. Just like that. Get that up in there and then, you know, get your plate on there, orientate it correctly. Have to fight with it a little bit to get it over the boot and stuff, but once it's in there, it'll be solid. And because I absolutely hate these factory stupid bolt things, I'm gonna swap these out for a little bit longer bolt anyway, because these ones, they still fit, but they're just a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna just get some normal 10 mils. Just like that, just some small little guys. They will work perfectly fine. So we'll get one in there. Thread that on. You'll have to suck up the thing to it a little bit. Okay. Now we'll just go ahead and tighten this back down and this section of the shifter is all good to go. The only thing we have left to do on this end is this other one. I don't know how this box works. Oh, okay, there we go. So this one, I don't think this could get any easier. All you gotta do here, you do have to reuse your little pin thingies in here, so find a way to slide these out. I'm gonna have to grease these up. These are pretty well worn. But yeah, this literally just slides right up and over. May have to use a little bit of soap if you're using the polyurethane ones like this, but or not. I got it. Cool. There we go. Maybe hard to see because this thing's covered in dirt and they're both black, but there is like a metal shield on here to help, you know, not squish it all weird when you're putting the bolts in, so make sure you reuse that. And now just try and break these out. Push them out, whatever. Just like that. Okay. Now I will use a little bit of lithium or belt spray, whatever, to slide these in really quick. Oh, I lied again. Didn't need to. I should probably stop commentating while I'm trying to do this. So we're good there. This one doesn't have the little things to hold it, so you kind of got to do it yourself when you're putting it up. It's a little annoying, but it's not impossible. This bushing is just as easy for the most part. This one's really old, so I can push it through by hand and just push the new one right back in. Like I said, you can use a little bit of white lithium grease or belt spray or something to lubricate it, and then it only goes in the one way. Well, I mean, technically it'll go in either way, but you want the dimpled side, you want that facing away from the transmission. Okay, that was quite the fight. Honestly, I don't know why. I just ended up using WD-40 and a screwdriver to help me try and press this thing in, but it is in. So now go ahead, bolt this thing back up onto the car. We can do the top part of the shifter in the car, and then that's it. So I'm gonna bolt this up and I'll show you guys once we're finished. Bolted up right here. Got it bolted up over there too. Something that you have to do with pretty much every aftermarket shifter though, is where the shifter actually bolts to the linkage, you may have to spread the arms apart just a little bit. It's super easy to do. You just take a pair of pliers and just gently bend it out of the way and then stretch it up. It's all bolted up though. Everything's good, so I'm gonna go inside now and finish bolting it together, like screwing the top on and stuff, and making sure the boot's in the right spot, and we'll call this install done. And the shifter is got the shifter all installed on the inside of the car. I did have to trim out a little bit of this plastic ring for the boot here. You can see it's kind of missing, and then I really had to stretch it, so I took the heat gun to like make the leather more, I don't know, pliable, and really stretch it down over the bottom part of the shifter to be able to bolt on the top part of the shifter. And now with this whole combo with the freaking OEM shift knob, it feels like a fighter jet, like simulator, like type thing. So shifter feels good. Really no slop. I mean, this thing's pretty darn solid. Only slop that's in there left is because that joint on the main shift rod, the one that actually goes to the shift selector on the transmission. But overall, the shifter feels good. The guy wanted it close to the wheel. I find this really nice. I personally like it. I know he does too, or he will. So that is gonna wrap this thing up. This thing's all installed. I'm just gonna finish putting on the cross member for the subframe and the heat shield back on, and everything's good to go. Can kick this car out of here. So if you guys found this video useful, if you found it enjoyable or entertaining, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you're new to the channel, hopefully you've considered subscribing. Anyways, guys, do what you love. Think about the rest. Let me know if this video was of help to you. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.